In this paper, we propose a sample-level-based raw-waveform encoder called WaveVector for speaker embedding. WaveVector consists of three components, which are multi-scale filtering layer, time-frequency squeeze-excitation downsampling block, and multi-level feature map aggregation. First of all, the multi-scale filtering layer employs three parallel branches at different scales. Each branch consists of two 1D convolutional layers. The first layer is used for primary filtering, and the second layer aims to compensate for the resulting output dimension differences. Since WaveVector is sample-level-based method, it applies multiple layers with very small stride size. After concatenating the feature maps from different branches, we use three convolutional blocks to further downsample them. Here, we also propose to use squeeze and excitation to recalibrate in time and frequency dimensions sequentially in the downsampling step. Specifically, we first aggregate the global information of the whole utterance from the input using global averaging along the time dimension, then rescale in the frequency axis. The second step is to recalibrate the feature maps at every time frame with a scalar factor. And lastly, we concatenate feature maps at different layers at each time frame with max pooling layer, which is used to downsample earlier layer feature maps to the same frame rate as that of the last layer. In our experiment, we use the Voxcelebra 2 dev part to train and evaluate our system on Voxcelebra 1 for speaker verification using cosine similarity scores. About the experimental settings, please refer to our paper for details. From the first table, we can see that our system achieved the best results on all of the raw waveform-based systems. When we compare our system to the spectral-based feature method systems, we attach three downsampling layers to a MFCC-based system in Kodi for a fair comparison. And our system still outperforms this one baseline significantly. We also did an emulation study on every component on our WaveVector. It shows that by increasing channels, decreasing stride size, and add up all of the three components contribute to the improvement of the systems. Last but not least, we compare multi-scale filter with single-scale case with the same number of parameters. And finally, we can see the improvement over the single-scale filter method. To better understand what does time domain filters capture during training, we compute cumulative frequency response of the first layer. We can see that different single-scale version filters focus on different regions of the spectrogram, while the multi-scale case learn a relative flat response over the whole spectrograms.